What's up, guys? So in this video, I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna state my opinion on the 10 trios that I think could easily win FNCS and should do very well in grand finals this season. And basically, the rules and criteria for these trios is most of them have made a finals appearance. Most of them, and if I believe, not all of them have. So basically, if most trios or players that qualify to series points historically don't do very well in FNCS, that doesn't mean they'll absolutely fail, but it'll just be a lot more realistic, and it'll save a lot of research to just to do the trios that made finals. So we'll get right on started. And I think definitely to start out, we're gonna have to choose the newly formed trio of Clix, Bizzle, and Bugha. And one of the main reasons why I'm going to pick this trio is because of their natural talent. Bizzle has the brains, has the rotates, decent fighter, his fighting's done a lot better. Bugha, Clix, best fighters in the game. Bugha, a bit of a better, he's a much better actually competitive player, FNCS player than Clix. Clix is the better Cash Cup player. So it depends on how these guys mesh in grand finals. They actually haven't performed very well in Cash Cups or the Cypher Cup. But in the FNCS week 1, they've played very well. So we'll see how they do. I think this trio definitely has to be in contention just due to their pure talent, and the competitive experience of Bizzle and Bugha. But this trio could easily not work out, so it just depends, but I think just due to their pure talent and skill and competitive, you got to rank them as number 10 in here in the trios that could win FNCS this season in Fortnite. At number 9, I'm going to put Macwood, Kanata, and Bucky's trio. And man, I haven't watched much of Clix, Bizzle, and Bugha's trio, but I just watched Macwood's trio for about an hour. And oh man, they're insane. This is the best quality of their trio. They're always in the right position. They always have really good positioning in the end games. They usually have they find a way to get high ground when they need it, or when it's possible to get it. They always get a few AR kills, and man, and that trio is just a full package again. Kanata's an amazing fighter, Bucky an amazing fighter, and Macwood, he is very smart. Watching him. He's a great fighter. He doesn't do anything too flashy, but he is still an amazing fighter as well. That trio is always at I noticed at the right place at the right time, and they just know what they're doing, man. So I think they're definitely gonna place definitely at least in the top 5. And if they play bad, top 10. I think this trio is really good, and I think they're probably better than the last trio, Clix, Bizzle, and Bugha. So I have Macwood, Kanata, and Bucky at number 9. So for number 8, we're going to go with an underrated trio, Trashy, aka VYT, and DT Rise. These guys have been very consistent this season. Their average Cash Cup placement, looking at it, is around 50 or 60. They haven't won one, but they're always in the top 100. They got 10th in the Cypher Cup in Session 2. These guys just they made grand finals for DreamHack. They made the DreamHack finals, not grand finals, my bad. And they've all placed in Frosty Frenzy, and they've made money. So I think this trio could definitely do very well. So I think just the main thing that sticks out to me is just how consistent they've been, and really consistency is key, to be honest, in a lot of things. And just because of their consistency, I'll choose them to possibly win FNCS. But this one's definitely a big risk, but it's always fun to see how this trio would do. And yeah, that's my number 8 pick. I know a lot of people won't agree with that, but and so I just like to do this just to see, so it's not boring. It's not all tier 1 pros every time. And number 7 is gonna have to be Day, Muro, and Reverse. And really all I could say about them is FNCS champions last season. I don't even have to say anymore, because the FNCS champions could definitely place very good and even win it again. They've definitely proven themselves to be great players, and that trio is insane. Day is insane with the piece control, and Muro could also frag out. In Reverse, he's been playing comp for a long time, and and really without Ninja, blocking his path, he's really done well in comp actually. So I think this trio doesn't really need an explanation. Besides, they're FNCS champions last season, so they could absolutely compete again and repeat as champions. So for number 6, I'm gonna put D-Roller and Colazo and Callas or whatever his name is. But man, just watching this trio, I'm not gonna mention past placements because really the only thing is in that week 2 finals, they are insane. They played almost every game correctly. They got the high ground. They got many AR beams. They won their fights, and they just played perfect. I don't know if that was just one good week, but man, that trio looked really good, and I think they could definitely compete for grand finals. And really, the one that is an established pro in there is Colazo. I think everyone forgets that he got second in FNCS solos and did qualify for the World Cup in solos. So you got Tier 1 pro on your team. You got 2 elite controller players who got 10th recently in DreamHack finals, and D-Roller and Colazo, and just the way they performed. And I think if I don't really want to explain it. If you guys want to see it, go see it on the Fortnite official broadcast, or just go watch their VODs. I don't know, but they played absolutely amazing, and they made the right plays almost every time. So I think you absolutely need to include them on the list. For number 5, I'm gonna put Deegan, Adrius, and Skittles, and this trio did really well in Frosty Frenzy. Didn't perform that well in the Cash Cups, but in FNCS Finals Week 2 they got second, and Deegan and Adrius proved themselves and Duo DreamHack. Skittles has always been a good player. This is a no-brainer. They're going to compete. These two, Deegan and Adrius especially have been insane. Skittles is always up there. I think that they're easy number 5. Like, really no explanation for this either. If you watch competitive, you really know how good these guys are. And for number 4, I'm gonna put NRG Edgy, Commandment, and Liquid Tinted as a trio. And there's really not much to say. They don't post much content. I don't really watch their content, but their placements speak for themselves. They got second in last FNCS Grand Finals. They have placed first in a Cash Cup, 8th, 4th, and 6th. And they've made finals this week. And also, Edgy and Scented also placed 9th as a duo for Chapter 2 Season 2 Grand Finals, and 3rd in squads. And on West, with Scented, Edgy, and Rux, they got 3rd in Grand Finals. I think this is finally the time where they win FNCS. They have Edgy and Scented are consistently up there, and Commandment has been a successful player throughout his competitive career, so this trio is going to do well. They've had some unlucky weeks where they've made semis, but got 34th and 42nd, and just fell a bit short of finals. But this week they got 4th, and even if they qualified through consistent point, like series points, there's like no doubt that they're going to make grand finals. To me, there's no doubt for me that this trio is a top tier trio. So for number 3, I'm going to have to put Zate, Saf, and Stretch. And Stretch, to start off, Stretch is insane. His mechanics are amazing. He seems to survive in chaos whenever I watch his end games. They dominate in Cash Cups, this trio. And Saf and Zate, there's really nothing to say about them. They've been playing the game for 3 years, and they're just veterans. They've been around since the skirmishes, and they've done very well for themselves. They got 4th in World Cup, 1st in FNCS Duo Grand Finals in Chapter 2 Season 2, and I believe they got 3rd or 4th in this last FNCS Trio Grand Finals. With themselves performing very poorly day 1, they still came back. So this trio is going to do very well. So Zate and Saf are just really consistent players, and Stretch has been a top player for a really long time, even since the World Cup. So I think this trio is going to do very well. Now we're going to move into the top 2. So for number 2, I'm going to do another surprising pick. I'm going to do Scope and Has the Great, and also Tragics. I don't really know much about Tragics. I know he's a very good comp player. He's he's always up there. I always see him on the leaderboards. He's gotten a few top 10s in grand finals before, and also has placed in many Cash Cups. But for Scoped, He's been playing very bad the past 2 seasons, considering how good he played with Tfue and Inno. So with this trio, they've been playing a lot more consistent. Two cash cups where they've earned money and they've placed like top 50 almost everyone, and in FNCS they're making finals, and man, and I think that Scopes, this trio has much better teammates than High Sky and Tuxie. I think he has a lot more support because Haz is really underrated, and he's actually a really good player. He reminds me a lot like Macwood. He doesn't really do all this flashy stuff, but he gets the job done. So he does the edits that are very important to kill players, and he is a really good player. Good player when he's paired up with a good supporting cast. When he played this Avery for FNCS duos, they got first in one finals week, and then they got seventh in grand finals overall. And in many cash cups with tier 1 pros like Slacks, he's placed top 5, and also he played a couple a day, and they placed in the money a few times. So when has a good supporting cast, it seems that he did well. And last FNCS they placed 17th in heats, and he had Paper and Chaotic as a team. That's not a bad team of pros. Chaotic is very decent as a pro, and Paper, he's a semi-pro, but I think Scoped and Tragics is definitely a step up for him. And if Scope could imitate his old self, or like has a few clutches, they could easily place in grand finals, I think, because it seems like when Haz has a good team, he gets results, and Scope's been playing a lot better this season. It seems like when I've been watching his stream, they've been placing a lot better. They've been playing out games a lot better. The only thing is Haz seems to get way too hyped and sometimes dies. But I think that this trio is going to do very well, and also Tragics, like I said, very consistent player. So I think they'll succeed in FNCS. I think they'll definitely qualify for grand finals. I think this is a trio to watch for. So the last trio I think could win FNCS pretty easily, by many standards, is Xset, Shark, AV, and Knight, who are all on the same team. And the reason why, for one, is they could frag out really hard against pros. In last FNCS, day 1, they got a 19 kill win, a 12 kill win, and they're second place going into day 2. And then in Frosty Frenzy Finals, where they got third, 21 kills and 18 kills in a win. They could crazy frag. And in Ninjas battles, they got a 14 kill win, I believe, in the final week. They could frag out really hard. They played very well in Ninjas battles, Frosty Frenzy, and that first day of FNCS. But the issue is in that second day in FNCS, they seem to have no answers that day. They seem to make bad decisions, maybe unlucky moments, but they did not play well at all. Like they couldn't translate that. They had not one good game, or they did not make top 5 once. They made endgame every time. It wasn't the issue that they're dying off spawn. If you look at their match time and if you look at the VODs, it was really it was like a significant other issues. Like it wasn't the same way they died every time, which is pretty concerning. And in Cash Cups this season, they've played pretty bad. Considering that they can drop 21 kills on pros, you would expect them to consistently win or place in these Cash Cups, but when Scoped, Haz, and Tragics have a better consistent placement than you, and they've only made money in one Cash Cup. Scope, Tragic, and Haz have made money in 2. That's a little concerning for that trio. So this trio definitely has some concern. Still a very good trio. They've been playing very well in FNCS the past year. They're always in FNCS contention. They really are, and they're never really out of an event, even if they're playing really bad. They could easily pop off with 10 plus kills. It's not for some pros they can't kill freaking 20 pro players. They can on a good day. They can drop 20 bombs on pros. So I think this team will definitely make grand finals, and I'll be absolutely shocked if they don't. And I think they'll perform well in grand finals, and we'll see if they can play more consistent this time, find answers on the end game, because like I said in the last FNCS finals in day 2, their average match time was 20 minutes, but they just couldn't get past 20. and then you like look in the VODs, they just couldn't get past like 10th place. They just couldn't. They could like one of them would die. One of them would have a horrible rotate, or rotate too late, rotate too early, or get focused, or there was one time where one of them whipped a easy shotgun shot, and that caused their deaths, and there's only AV left. Like, there's a lot of issues, but I think this trio could do well, even though they have a lot of issues, to make, and if they can make some adjustments, this trio could win pretty easily. And yeah, that's pretty much why I placed them there. So let me know, guys, if I misplaced any of your favorite, pros, players, and I don't want to hear about Unknown and Zexro. They're washed. I don't I don't want to hear it. So yeah, that's pretty much the video. Comment what you think, and comment if you want more of these videos. I may do a viewing party of FNCS heats and grand finals, which are in the coming week or two. I may do a viewing party and give my thoughts and opinions. And guys, I'll just tell you, I guarantee you 8 or 9 out of 10 of these trios will qualify for grand finals. And guys, I'll tell you, I think I'll be absolutely shocked if one of these trios do not win FNCS. I'll be mind blown, or I would just quit making these videos if not one of these trios made top 2. I don't want to be a Stephen A. predictor. So that's pretty much it. Like, subscribe, do all that, and I'll be coming out with some more content in the next few days. See you guys later.